One two one two one two one two 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Need repairs on gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors? Sioux Equipment Company can help. They
Alright.
Early in his time as the new bishop of the Diocese of Sioux Falls, Bishop Donald
Three, two, one. Welcome back to tonight's game day show, brought to you by Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal. I'm now joined by Lincoln boys coach Jeff Hall-Seth. Coach, you're now joined by Lincoln boys coach Jeff Hall-Seth. Coach, your team's coming off a 58-45 road win at Watertown last Tuesday night, holding the arrow so 3, 2, 1.
Mic check 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2.
Bubblegum, 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 bubblegum.
1 2 1 2.
Peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter, peanut butter. La 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 la. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10.
You sound
10,
good,
9,
Dan.
10 9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 1.
8 6 7 5 3 0 9. Oh. Got the sophomore game, folks, if you're tuning in right now, between the Knights and the Patriots. It's all Lincoln right now, 56-39.
We haven't really scored much in this fourth quarter.
No.
Wasn't it like 37 all?
It was very close in the first half, and then it became very distant after that. I think it's about a tie game at halftime. So I got one score. The boys JV for O'Gorman won 70-57.
And that takes them to what? What's their record?
Roby didn't put their record on. I don't know. It's really good. I don't know if it's now 12-1 or something. 'Cause usually he'll tweet their record, but he didn't tweet it today. I think, Dan, I'm probably just going to get us going. I'd rather have more time than less.
Let's do it.
Okay.
Give the folks what they want. Some O'Gorman Knights basketball live from Bishop O'Gorman High School.
On this beautiful Tuesday evening in Sioux Falls.
Oh, it's gorgeous today down in Nebraska.
The good life, Dan.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but it was pretty windy coming through them hills coming back.
Probably not much cell phone reception.
Oh, no, I did all right.
15 seconds. Five seconds.
You're listening to a special presentation from the Real Presence Radio Network. On Real Presence Radio, welcome to the Knights Game Day Show, sponsored by Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal.
And welcome to Sioux Falls, South Dakota, O'Gorman High School here. We have a fantastic matchup tonight. It features the number 5 Sioux Falls Lincoln Patriots, 6-6 on the season, and the number 2 Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights at 13-2 for the season. The O'Gorman boys will be their first of 4 home games out of their 5 remaining games in the next 3 weeks to close out the regular season before the Sodak 16 begins on March 5th. The Knights are currently 2nd in seed points. Sioux Falls Lincoln, on the other hand, is currently 7th in seed points with 8 games left on their schedule in the next 3 weeks, including 4 straight road games to close out the regular season for the Lincoln Patriots. Gorman comes into the ballgame tonight, 2 road wins in Rapid City this past weekend, with a 3-point win at Stevens High School Friday night and a 35-point win over the Rapid City Cobblers on Saturday afternoon. Sioux Falls Lincoln's been off for a week, and their last game being last Tuesday night up in Watertown against Arrows, where they defeated the Arrows 58-45. They led by 18 points by Mr. Whitney, and I tell you what, he's a ball player. So good evening and welcome, and we thank you for joining us here at Real Presence Radio, for tuning in tonight for O'Gorman basketball. I'm Dan Johnson, along with our producer, Blue Eyes, Brett Byler, joining us. Isaac Struck, the voice of O'Gorman basketball, will be with us shortly. So, Brett, let's talk about it. Big game tonight. Let's dig into basketball here. Big game, coming up back on January 21st over at Sioux Falls Lincoln. O'Gorman won round 1 of that matchup, 56-45. What do you expect Lincoln to do differently tonight offensively against the Knights?
Well, it'll be interesting. He's out there season low point total, Dan, 45, and they only shot 31% from the field, 13 for 42. They didn't shoot well from downtown either, 6 for 18. Elliot Whitney, who you just mentioned, was 0 for 5 from the field in the game, had 2 points, and Khalil Sisi, who was 4 for 13. He actually got in foul trouble early, which didn't help the cause either. And JT Rock had 10 points, but it was a pretty quiet 10 points for him. Only 6 field goal attempts for the 7'1" sophomore and 5 rebounds. So it'll be interesting. I think they want to run more, Dan. Because when it gets into more of a half-court game, I think that favors Lincoln. So favors O'Gorman. I think Lincoln's going to try to push the pace and try to play a quicker game tonight than they did up in Lincoln.
Okay, when when teams in game plan is like Pierre did, they shut down Matt Eng offensively. What needs to happen for the Knights offense to continue to score points efficiently tonight?
Well, it's the other players got to move, and they can't just rely on Matt, and especially if he's not hitting his shots, you can't let that affect how you play as other players as well. I think it should be a challenge for these other players to be able to get better looks. I mean, when there's going to be two guys or one guy always focusing so much on Matt, that leaves your other guys, your Mannies, your Rush Landrys, your John Costellos, your Chad Ambroses. You get a lot more open opportunities. So I think they got to be ready to shoot, ready to move. You can't stand around and watch is the worst thing you got to do. And, the other guy, David Alpers, we got to keep getting him the ball down low, Dan, because when you get David the ball, good things happen. Even if he's not scoring, you get that down low to him, he'll find the open person.
Oh, he does. Okay. So the Knights come back, from a 2-0 weekend out in Rapid City, big trip out west and everything. What's different about playing a team like Lincoln on a short break after a 2-day game road trip?
Well, I think the biggest thing, Dan, is that size and the physicality of basketball up here on the eastern side of the state. It's just a much more physical brand of basketball, 1 through 5. Rapid City, both the teams we played were kind of slight build, so we were able to kind of shove them around, especially Rapid City Central on Saturday. So the first thing we're going to notice tonight is 7'1" JT Rock. Then you got Jackson at 6'9", Hyatt, the football player, at 6'5". They got as big a front line as any team in state. So that's going to be. We've already seen it, but going from playing Rapid City Central is built honestly like a JV team, Dan, to playing these big boys. That's going to be a big time challenge.
And Hyatt's pretty thick inside.
Oh, he is.
He controls that.
Well, he's an offensive lineman.
And Rock being 7'1", good young man. He just got confirmed on Sunday and everything. I tell you what, he needs to build up his upper body a little bit more. So what O'Gorman needs to do tonight defensively against Lincoln, Brett?
Well, they could take the same game plan they had on the January 21st and just duplicate it. That would be their best thing to do. They held Lincoln, as I mentioned, only 31% shooting in that first matchup. I just think they got to be active, Dan. You got to be alert. You got to kind of try to limit the offensive rebounds and those easy second chance baskets. I think if you're going to let Lincoln into a game in the paint, I think that favors them a little bit. But I think a big thing to look at, Dan, is David Alpers can't get in foul trouble. Because you lose David, then your front line's a lot smaller, and then you're having the guys of Costello and bringing Muirhead, some of those guys off the bench who haven't had, especially like a Muirhead off the bench, hasn't had the experience in this type of level. So I think David Alpers is key tonight to try to stay out of foul trouble against a JT Rock or a Caleb Hyatt.
But Alpers runs that offense. He is the cog out there of the offense, in my opinion. When Alpers is out a little bit, they struggle, but when he gets in foul trouble, it seems like things seem to slow down a little bit.
And I think a key, too, is if you can play really good defense right away against Lincoln in that first quarter and a half, if you can not let them get off to a good start, Dan, let them start doubting themselves again a little bit, get our home crowd into it, I think that will be key tonight as well. So last meeting, we kind of alluded to it already. O'Gorman beat Lincoln 56-30 or 56-45 earlier this season on January 21st at Lincoln High School. John Costello led the Patriots with a career high, or led the Knights with a career high 19 points, 4 for 7 3-pointers, and David Alpers at 11 points, 9 rebounds, while Ing had 10 points. Saif Shah led Lincoln with 12 points, and JT Rock had 10 points and 5 rebounds. O'Gorman, the biggest advantage in that game for us was points off of turnovers. We had 16 points off of turnovers compared to 5 for Lincoln. This is the 127th meeting. Lincoln leads the series 74-52. O'Gorman is 9-2 in the last 11 meetings.
Let's look at the games across the state tonight. AA girls, let's go first. At Sturgis Brown is at Spearfish. Mitchell is Aberdeen Central. Brookings is at Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Watertown is over at Sioux Falls Jefferson. The Lady Knights, 13-1, number 1 in the year, is overplaying the Lady Patriots at Sioux Falls Link tonight. We'll have updates on that game throughout the night as well. Heron is at Pierre. Harrisburg plays at T. Brandon Valley is at number 2, Sioux Falls, Washington. And AA boys across the state, Washington's at Brandon Valley. Roosevelt's up playing the Bobcats and Brookings. Aberdeen Central travels to play the Colonels in Mitchell, and Pierre travels to Heron for the Tigers. Jefferson is up at Watertown. Sturgis Brown is Spearfish. And that's the games going across the state. So coming up the other side of the break, Blue Eyes Brett Byler sits down with Lincoln's coach Jeff Halseth to find out what the Patriots need to do against the O'Gorman Knights tonight. Stay with us. You're listening to O'Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio Network.
Is there an event that you would like announced right here on the RPR Network? Please email the details at least 2 weeks in advance to Heather@realpresenceradio.com. That's HEATHER at realpresenceradio.com. We can help spread the word about what's happening at your parish and in your diocese. Again, that email address is heather at realpresenceradio.com.
Here at Catholic Family Services, we believe counseling is for everyone. Catholic Family Services is here to help whether you are navigating a life transition, such as going to college or changing career paths, wanting to improve your communication skills, making plans for your future family, or wanting to understand mental health. If you would like more information or to set up an appointment with one of our trained professionals, call Catholic Family Services at 605-988-3775.
Welcome back to tonight's Game Day Show, brought to you by Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal. I'm now joined by Lincoln boys coach Jeff Halseth. Coach, your team's coming off a 58-45 road win at Watertown last Tuesday night, holding the Arrows to only 45 points in that ball game. Coach, what was working well for your defense in that ball game?
Well, I think our defense has been pretty steady all season long. I mean, it's not like we're getting beat constantly with defensive stuff, but what we did do is try to eliminate some fouls. We've been having a tendency to get in foul trouble a little bit, and we rebounded better. And so that's kind of a key. If we don't give up second chances, or if we don't put guys to the line, our defense looks pretty good.
Coach, you're 6-6. You have 8 regular season games left here in the next 3-week stretch. For your team to kind of be peaking, say, at the SODAC 16 time, what are some of the biggest areas of improvement you'd like to see in this final stretch of games from your team?
Well, it's going to be on the offensive side. We sometimes have problems of scoring, just trying to find who the right guy is to get the ball to. The guys have done a better job of letting the offense work for them instead of them trying to work against the offense and trying to create their own. So right now things are starting to look a little bit in the direction that we think we need to go with it, and we're just going to continue with the 8 games that we got. We only got to be good for one of them.
Right, absolutely. And you have JT Rock on your team, 7-1 sophomore. What do you see, Coach, as his biggest improvement now in his sophomore year compared to his freshman year?
Well, the game is just, it's so fast right now. He's a 15-year-old kid trying to learn how to react and how to move at the speed of a varsity basketball game, and so he's starting to understand that and starting to see things a little bit better. So it's getting to the point where the game is starting to slow down a little bit for him, and that's what we kind of like to see.
Now tonight, Coach, you have O'Gorman for the second time this season. The first game they held your team to only 45 points. This was your season low. I know you just mentioned offense to me. Specifically tonight, though, against O'Gorman, on your offensive end, what does your team need to do better than you did in the first matchup?
Well, we just got to be patient and run and execute some of the things that we have been working on. And that was kind of the big key the first time we played O'Gorman. We didn't do that, and we let guys kind of try to do their own thing, and I think we went like 15 straight possessions where we didn't even get a point. And against a team against O'Gorman, you can't do that. All right, you got to be able to match them basket for basket as best you can, or at least maybe get a stop and then score and then stop and a score. But they just kept getting stops, and they kept scoring. And pretty soon it's pretty much out of hand.
Tempo-wise, Coach, does a quicker pace tempo, do you think, favor your team tonight, or what type of tempo is conducive to your team tonight?
Well, I think we're going to have to really get into our half-court stuff a little bit. We like to get out and run when the opportunity presents itself because, our defense does go pretty hard, and they like to try to create some turnover situations. And when we get those opportunities, we do like to get out and run a little bit. But if we can just get them to 1-and-outs and just, not give up second and third chances, then we can get into our half-court stuff and just let things work for us.
Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
And we'd like to thank Coach Halted for the time. Coming up next, we'll hear from Coach Roby as the Game Day Show continues on Real Presence Radio Network.
Hello, this is Mark Konzemius, President of the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. Preparing for the end of life can be overwhelming, even scary. Yet as disciples of Christ, we live in great hope and the reality of God's promise that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The End-of-Life Planning Workbook for Catholics is now available. I encourage you to reach out to one of our Catholic Community Foundation offices or ccfesd.org. May God bless each of us on our journey to heaven.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. We have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, we can be reached at 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
Welcome back to the Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal Nights Game Day Show. I'm now joined by O'Gorman boys coach Derek Roby. Coach, we made the Rapid City trip this past weekend, beating Rapid City Stevens by 3 on Friday night, turning around Saturday afternoon and beating Rapid City Central by 35. No talking to you after the Stevens game, even though we won, you weren't the most happy guy that night. Had to be a little bit happier, I'm assuming, after Saturday's performance against Rapid City Central. Coach, what overall do you feel like was the biggest improvement for your team, say, in the Central game compared to the Stevens game?
Well, two things jump out, I guess. The first thing is offensively, we just played a little bit better. We played more unselfish, if you will. The second thing is our ball movement was just a whole lot better. We came out and we dominated it from start to finish, and that's the way I felt it should have been the whole weekend. I don't mean that to be negative towards our opponents. Certainly the way we've been playing, I just felt like we should have came out and dominated from start to finish. And I know we got out to a good start the night before against Stevens, but we just let them right back into it, and that's why I guess I was a little disappointed that particular night, just because we had them by the ropes and we let them right back in it.
Now we have a big week this week, Coach. We have Sioux Falls Lincoln here tonight, and we have another city opponent, Washington, on Friday night, so 2 rematches on 2 games that we won on the road earlier this season. The Lincoln game was an 11-point win for them. We held them to only 45 points. I don't know if that might have been their season low. This year, only 31% shooting. So on our defensive end tonight against Lincoln, who can score from the inside and obviously the outside, what do we need to do to try to duplicate that defensive performance from that first meeting?
We just have to try to do our best fundamentally. I watched the tape in the last couple days. We watched it and scouted them again, if you will, and we played a really solid game that particular night. We were without Radley Mooney. Radley was obviously, that was his first game, I think, out with his season-ending ACL, and then we didn't have Gavin Muirhead that particular night either, who's coming around as of late. But we played really well. So offensively, we were moving the ball, we were sharing the ball, we were playing unselfish, just like I talked about earlier in the broadcast here. Defensively, we just fired up. We were limited to one shot. They had the 33 come off the bench and knock down some threes and kind of kept them in it in the early part of the game, but I just really felt defensively we did a great job of limiting them to one shot, and we were rebounding and going the other way.
Coach, we actually had a 6-point advantage in points in the paint against Lincoln that first meeting. They did out-rebound us by 3. Obviously, they have some big boys with Rock and Hyatt and Jackson. How important will it be tonight for our bigs to be able to show up and try to control the paint and match up against a Lincoln team, maybe one of the tallest teams in state?
It's going to be a hard matchup for sure. Rock is a phenomenal player, and he's going to cause a lot of problems for any team. So the nice thing about it is we have David Elpers. But if somebody gets into foul trouble, that could cause a whole new dimension to the basketball game. And the first time around, CC gets into foul trouble right out of the gate, guarding Madding, and it kind of changed their game plan, I'm sure. And for us, if Elpers would get into foul trouble trying to guard Rock, or John trying to guard the Hyatt kid, it's going to be a tough night for us because we're limited in that regards. But we'll see what happens tonight.
Coach, in the first game against Lincoln, it's kind of the John Costello game. He had 19 points that kind of lead the way for us. On our offensive end tonight against Lincoln, what are some keys for us to have success against them?
Well, we have to get more than just Matt Eng and David Elper scoring. You alluded to John coming around the first time, and we need that. We need other guys stepping up because, like right now, they're just keying in on Matt Eng. They're going to take him out of the game, kind of like Roosevelt did, and they're going to just see if we have other guys to knock down shots, and we're going to have to find guys like John, find guys like Chad Ambrose or Rush Landry. Any of these guys just have to step up and have good games and knock down some shots to relieve some of the pressure of those other guys.
Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thank you much.
And that was Coach Derek Roby. We thank you for his time. Now we're going to bring in the voice of the Gorman basketball. Isaac Struck made it. Isaac, how'd your team do tonight?
Well, we in the A game, we were down 11 points heading into the fourth quarter and won in overtime by 4 points. We scored the go-ahead bucket with about 16 seconds left and then got fouled and made both free throws and stole one at home against Brandon.
Okay, you coach what 8th grade?
8th grade boys, A and B team. The B game was not as much of an exciting game. We lost by, I think, 18 at the finish, but still 2 fun games today.
So Isaac's coaching the future of the Knights here in 4 or 5 years. Okay, let's get to Isaac, keys to victory for the Gorman Knights. What do we got to do here to take on Lincoln here to win this ball game?
Well, we got to get off to a good start. We got to make sure that we get our crowd into the game early. Obviously, the girls' game being played at Lincoln right now as well, so there's going to be a split crowd a little bit, but making sure that we get what is here pumped up early on and into the game as a factor. Also, we got to win the rebounding battle. Lincoln is a massive unit with JT Rock, Caleb Hyatt, and Cameron Jackson. We need to make sure that we limit their second chance points. Lincoln out-rebounded us by 3 in the first meeting, and they had 7 offensive boards. So we need to make sure that we're limiting those offensive boards, and we also got to limit the turnovers. We're averaging about 14 turnovers per game, and that's not a good number to have, especially against a team like Lincoln who wants to get up and down. Also, finally, got to contain JT Rock, stay out of foul trouble with our bigs, and don't turn this thing into a track meet because Lincoln loves to get up and down the floor.
Okay, thank you. The key to victory for the Sioux Falls Gorman Knights and brought to you by Closets and More, a locally owned company providing custom designed closets and storage solutions. Closets and More can be reached at 605-334-5135, online at closetsandmoresd.com. Now, pick the click, player of the game. I'm going to go with number 23, Rush Landry, tonight. I don't think they're going to be keying on Rush. They're going to be keying on Alpers, they'll be keying on Ing. Costello inside, that gives a little Rush some leeway to take it to the hoop.
Absolutely. I think that the last time that Costello had a big game, they're going to be a little bit more concerned with him just a touch. So I think that we might see, a little bit of a better game from David Alpers tonight. They might try to, stick a better defender on Costello for a little bit and let Alpers and Rock just kind of work it out together. And I think that Alpers kind of has the advantage against Rock, even though he's undersized. He's more physical than Rock is, and he was able to kind of push him around in that first meeting.
He's got the experience over JT.
Absolutely.
JT's a good player. Don't get me wrong, folks. I know that young man, but I tell you what, he's pretty young yet, a little bit green. He needs some work on yet, and he's going to be a heck of a player when he's a senior.
Absolutely. So tonight's Sioux Falls Gorman Knights Game Day Show has been brought to you by Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. For more information, they can be reached at 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com. Coming up next is the Knights Tip-Off Show with the priest prayers, starting lineups for both teams, and some final thoughts before we get into action between the Lincoln Patriots and the O'Gorman Knights. All that next on Real Presence Radio Network.
Need repairs on gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors? Sioux Equipment Company can help. They serve Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company also offers services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment. Sioux Equipment Company at 605-334-1653 is a supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
J&J Caseworks and Closets and More is a proud sponsor of the O'Gorman Knights. Following the same rich, winning tradition, family, and Christian values, J&J Caseworks strives to create a work environment to call home. Family owned and operated, J&J Caseworks has several full-time positions available. Our team members pursue career goals, learn new skills, and get the recognition they deserve. To set up an appointment, J&J Caseworks can be reached at 605-332-0805 or email jobs@jmjcaseworks.com. Go Knights!
On the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights Basketball is on the air. Brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Barnett Vision Clinic, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, Sioux Equipment Company, Closets and More and JMJ Caseworks, the BB Agency, Knights of Columbus Insurance, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, and Barnett Lewis Funeral Home.
Tip-off to tonight's game is just moments away. With all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights basketball, let's go to the gym.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School, home of a AA matchup in South Dakota between the O'Gorman Knights and the Lincoln Patriots. We'll get to our starting lineup shortly, but before we do so, we'll take a break with our priest prayer. Father, take it away.
Hello, I'm Father Andy Thuringer, chaplain at Bishop O'Gorman High School. Let's begin in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the gift of life and the gift of this day. We praise you for the gift of our young people, and ask that your Holy Spirit would raise them up as disciples of your Son. Keep all these student-athletes safe today, and may everything they do today glorify you. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
And now we're going to get to our starting lineups recorded by the boys themselves for Sioux Falls O'Gorman.
Emmanuel Struck, number 3, 6'3", senior, guard and forward.
Matt Ing, number 5, 6'2", junior, guard.
Rush Landry, number 23, 6'5", senior, guard forward. John Gaston, number 50, 6'5", senior, center forward. David Alpers, number 4, 6'6", senior, center.
And that was your O'Gormanites starting lineup brought to you by Real Presence Radio Network. And now to our Lincoln Patriots, the visitor on the scoreboard. They'll start another guard, number 1, Khalil Sisi, a 6'1", senior. Another guard, number 3, Gage Gall, a 6 foot senior guard. Number 11, 6-foot junior, Elliot Whitney. Number 51, a 6'5", senior, Caleb Hyatt. And number 53, a 7'1", sophomore, J.T. Rock. The Patriots are coached by Jeff Halseth in his 13th season with a record of 172 and 123 with 2 state titles back in 2015 and 16. 11 and 18 career record versus O'Gorman. Now we will have our senior prayer down on the court.
Please grant us strength to give ourselves in the service of others. Mary, Queen of Victory, pray for us. Now, please remain standing. Face the flag. Place your right hand over your heart. As a Lord Chorus member, Susanna Shenahaw sings our national anthem. All veterans and out of uniform, all veterans and out of uniform military personnel may salute the flag.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Wow. Another great performance by one of the chorus members of the Gorman. I tell you what, we have some top-notch singers at the chorus.
Absolutely, down there singing with Susanna Shenahaw. So congratulations to her on another top-tier performance there.
You swear she was a national.
Oh, you would think so.
The way she sung, that was great. So we get ready for some basketball here. It's a number 2 O'Gorman Knights versus the Lincoln Patriots.
We'll have starting lineups taking place on the floor. Dan, what are you looking most forward to tonight in tonight's ball game?
Okay, the boys just had a big long road trip to Rapid City. One close game Friday night, 3 at Stevens, a blowout on Saturday afternoon against the Cobblers. You know, it's a long weekend, a lot of bus time, everything. You come back, you rest up Sunday, shoot around Sunday, practice Monday. Now you got a hard-fought game against the Lincoln Patriots. And like we said, we don't want it to turn into a track meet. So it's going to have to play some down-hard basketball, and they're going to have to really cover the paint big time.
Absolutely. I'm looking forward to this game. It's going to be a little bit different, change of pace, especially when you're playing a team like Lincoln in comparison to the Rapid City Stevens Raiders. Rapid City Stevens and Central, but the Central game wasn't that close. Anyway, we'll take a look at some of the standings while we have some time and look at some of where things are shaking out right now. Sioux Falls Roosevelt leads at number 1 right now. They're 13-0, and then falling in that second seed if the Sodak 16 were to start today are the O'Gorman Knights at 13-2. Then shift down to that 7 spot at a clear 6-6 record would be your Lincoln Patriots. They're coming in with that 500 record in that 7 spot. So if the Sodak 16 started today, O'Gorman would get number 15 Huron, and Lincoln would get number 10 Brandon Valley. But if both teams were to win, this would be your first round matchup of the State AA basketball tournament.
That would be interesting. So
Lincoln, not necessarily a team that I would want to play in that opening round of the state tournament.
No. So we get ready for tip-off here. We'd like to thank you for joining the RPR network and listening and watching with O'Gorman basketball. Our producer, Blue-Eyed Brett Byler's running the camera. And we get ready for tip-off here shortly. They're getting their final thoughts here. And the O'Gorman girls are playing at Lincoln tonight, so we'll have updates for that as well. That game is getting ready to tip off.
Yep.
AD Shirley over there will have it more like 7 o'clock. And so we'll have that game as the night goes on. We have.
I like these sharp black warm-up shirts for the Knights tonight.
Something new,
Good look.
isn't it?
Yep.
Brand new.
And John Costello, the final O'Gorman Knight, getting announced here before we start action between the O'Gorman Knights and the Lincoln Patriots. Lincoln coming out in their road baby blue jerseys. I love those, with the white numbers and white stripe down the side with a little bit of a red accent stripe. And O'Gorman wearing their traditional home whites with the blue numbers and the gold trim.
Okay, we're ready to tip this game off. Here's the call the game. Here's Isaac.
So Alpers and Rock will get set for battle here. As the tip is won into the hands of Emmanuel Struck, who will bring it down the right side of the floor, fire a pass over to Eng. Steps into a pull-up triple off the mark, no good. Rebound into the hands of big bad JT Rock, and the Patriots will push on the offensive end. It's going to be Whitney off the dribble. He used a screen from Rock and swing it over to the corner with Cece up top to Goal. Goal off the dribble now, swings a pass over to Whitney. Whitney will drive baseline, then has to turn around, pass it up top to Hyatt. Inside to Rock, finds his way down low, just misses the first shot. Second shot got stripped out of his arms, and now Alpers has it over to Rush Landry.
Good look by JT.
So Landry off the dribble now, hands it off to Eng. Eng over to Struck on the left wing, guarded by Cece. He'll look over at Alpers. Now he'll go away from the screen, kick it to the corner. Costello thought about the three, swings it up top to Landry. He'll look inside at Struck at the elbow. Hand off to Eng, sets a screen, back to Struck. Standstill triple from the wing is good. Emmanuel Struck knocks down the triple, and it's 3-0, Knights on top, with 6:48 to go in the first quarter.
I mean, he doesn't shoot most threes.
Rock, quick triple from the corner is good. So Rock catches and shoots, and we're back to a 3-3 ball game, all tied up.
Can't let that big guy out there shoot.
Matt Eng off the dribble, swings it over to Struck. He'll come off of a screen, hand off to Eng. Off the dribble now is Eng. Slices his way into the paint, turnaround. Costello, triple top of the key, no good. Struck tips it into the hands of Alpers, who lays it off the window for two.
Nice assist. Love it.
Assist and rebound all in one there.
Yep. Double bonus.
Whitney off the dribble. Swing pass into the hands of Hyatt. He'll dribble baseline. Stepped on the out-of-bounds line. And a turnover.
The O'Gorman ball, 6 minutes. Knights up 5-3 here, early part of the first quarter here at Bishop O'Gorman High School.
Struck with it up top. Hand off to Matt Eng, who will come off the dribble. Swing it over to Landry now, over on the left wing, up top to Alpers. Alpers inside Costello off the window, good for two. and beat JT Rock to the backboard. Nice job by John Costello on the quick catch and quick release as the 7'1" sophomore came flying in trying to beat that ball at the rim at the last second. Rock with it now over on the wing. He'll drive baseline, guarded by Alpers, over to CC. He'll go off the dribble, guarded by Struck, and has to get rid of it now into the hands of Rock, but Alpers was there for the steal. He'll hand it off to Struck up top to Landry, and the Knights will push it across half court. Landry with a little bit of tempo now and pulls it back out to Struck. Guarded by Whitney, he turns around, fires a pass inside to Alpers. Turnaround shot swatted away by JT Rock. And CC in transition to goal. He'll drive off the window, too strong, into the hands of Costello, and the Knights get a stop on the defensive end.
Rock's had 23 blocks on the season.
Make it 24.
Yep.
Eng with it now, off the dribble, swings it over to Landry. He'll have it on the left wing, guarded by CC, and they'll swing it around again to Struck on the right wing. He'll look up top to Costello. Costello off the dribble into the hands of Eng. Costello's pass stolen away by Goal, and now he'll go in transition again, have his shot rejected, and he'll wind up on the floor. The Knights will push in transition the other way. Ing to Landry, off the window, good for two. Nice pass there from Matt Ing, and it's 9-3, Knights on top. Ing had the decision to make between Alpers and Landry, took Landry for the easy finish off the right-hand right window, and it's a 9-3 lead. CC looking inside at Hyatt, guarded by Costello. Spin move, had it poked away, and then somehow flips up a shot off the backboard and in. Caleb Hyatt just muscled that one off the window, and good for two. So Landry will come off the dribble. He'll be awaited by Costello's screen as he crosses the half-court line and flips it over to Matt Ing. Back pass, too hot off the hands of Landry and out of bounds. Couple of subs into the game for the Lincoln Patriots. It's Kyler Dahl and Saif Shaw in, as well as Cameron Jackson, and then Ambrose, Muirhead, and Huners come into the game for the Knights. Whitney off the dribble. Whitney's got a bloody face. Surprised they haven't.
He got hitting him out there. You can see that.
Yep. That one tips off the hands of Whitney and out of bounds.
Surprised the refs haven't seen that. He's going to have to get that fixed.
Eng guarded closely by Dahl. He'll walk across the half-court line. He'll come off of a screen from Ambrose. Ambrose, quick fire catch and release three. Around and out, no good. Muirhead tips it, then off the hands of Hyatt and out of bounds. So the Knights will get the possession right back.
Knights ball, 9-5. 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Good crowd on hand tonight, Isaac.
Absolutely. Inside to Alpers, turnaround, scoop shot, no good. Rebound to the Patriots, and they'll push in transition. Whitney inside to Hyatt. Guarded by Alpers on the block. Spin move, turnaround, nothing doing. Has to get rid of it into the hands of Elliott Whitney. He'll come off the dribble now. Thought about a step back triple, couldn't get it off, and then passes it over to Shaw. He had the hot hand in game one with the 4 first half triples and was quiet in the second half as Whitney knocks down the deep three.
And he looks right at the O'Gorman bench when he did it.
Huners up top to Ambrose, over to Muirhead, triple off the iron, no good. Not necessarily the shot you're looking for on the offensive end. Not a terrible shot, it was open. Not one that you're going to write home about. Shaw, triple from the corner, swatted away into the hands of Dahl, and then Alpers pokes it away again.
Okay, Struck and Costello's in for Ing and Alpers here. 2:02 left.
And JT Rock into the game for Caleb Hyatt.
Knights up by 1, 9-8.
Shaw will come off of a screen. Up top to Whitney. Whitney off the dribble now. Spins his way into the paint. Looked like there was a bump down there, maybe. It looked like both of them anticipated a foul, and then both were standing about a foot away from each other, and
just let
Whitney
him go.
laid it in.
Yep.
Muirhead off the dribble up top to Struck.
Lincoln
swing
crowd
it over
fired
to
up.
Huners. Yep, the Lincoln crowd into it, giving off that defensive chant. Muirhead up top, Costello inside now to Huners on the low block.
10
Costello up top. Ambrose, triple, around and out, no good. Good fire shot there from Chad Ambrose, just didn't fall.
Offensive?
Yep, that one's called offensive on Whitney, who lowered the shoulder into Struck.
Okay, Ing, Alpers, and Landry's back in now. Starting 5 on the court for the Knights. Minute 19. Knights down by 1 here in the first. 10-9.
So Struck will be guarded by Dahl. It's actually double team. Someone's got to come help him.
Oh,
and then Ing throws it away over the outstretched arms of Landry. So that's just a miscue. Well, Gorman didn't have anyone to help Struck as Ing was taking it out of bounds.
There's 3 down at the other end. Communication, gentlemen. Be Lincoln ball here underneath their own
It'll
basket.
be Gall inbounding the basketball into the hands of Dahl. Over to Shaw. Dump off inside to Cameron Jackson, who had it just stripped out of his hands by Struck. And Struck now off the dribble, guarded closely, like I said, by Dahl, who hasn't been giving up more than a couple of inches to anybody tonight so far. Ing, quick triple. He was fouled on the three-point attempt by Gage Gall, and he'll head to the free throw line where he'll be awaiting 3 free throws.
People are still coming in here.
Well, it is 7:01. So literally just a minute from game time. Is it not working?
We got the score bug on the screen. Hopefully that's working so you can see the score. It's all tied up 10-10. Ing shoots the second of 3 free throws. Third one's on the attempt here now. Makes all 3.
So Eng converts on 3 straight triples. It's 12-10. Gall into the corner to Dahl. Then his pass poked away by Alpers. They're going to say it was off Alpers and out of bounds.
49 seconds. 22 in the shot clock for Lincoln here in the first quarter.
Gage goal off the dribble. Has to get rid of it somewhere. Finally dumps it off inside to Cameron Jackson. Turnaround left-hander off the window. No good. Rebound into the hands of Struck. There's 39 on the shot clock, so there will still be more than just this last possession.
A 4-second difference. Offensive. Manny moving screen there.
Yeah. My mom and I both just made a little eye contact and smiled because that's something that we talk about almost after every game is, Manny sets a few cheap screens every now and then and sometimes gets away with them. But the one time that they're going to call it is when it's going to be costly. It hasn't been costly yet, but that's one where he just kind of
eventually going to get caught.
Lowered the shoulder a little bit to create some more separation. Whitney, deep triple is around and in.
13-12, Lincoln on top here, 9 seconds.
Struck off the dribble, 2 on the clock, fires a pass deep into the hands of Landry at the horn, no good. And that'll do it here from the end of the first quarter as the O'Gorman Knights trail the Lincoln Patriots 13-12 here from O'Gorman High School. Stay tuned for more after the break on Real Presence Radio Network.
Early in his time as the new bishop of the Diocese of Sioux Falls, Bishop Donald DeGrood sensed in prayer the vision that the Lord has for the diocese in our time, lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. That is, for each and every Catholic in eastern South Dakota to receive God's love, to be in personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and to share that love with others. Find out more at sfcatholic.org/vision and discover the exciting and beautiful part you have to play in God's plan.
Hi, this is Brett Byler, Area Account Executive with Real Presence Radio. Did you know the signal of Real Presence Radio reaches an audience of over 2.4 million people across North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? Have you ever thought about running radio spots on the RPR network? We want to partner with you to help gain exposure for your business in front of a very faithful customer base. To find out more about the options, please call me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Back to O'Gorman High School here. Welcome back. Start of the second quarter. Lincoln 13, O'Gorman 12. And we understand the bug's not working, so we apologize, folks. Producer Brett Byler trying to get that going so you can see the score. We'll try to give it to you as best as we can. And it hit the wire there. They didn't call it. It hit the wire. They didn't see it.
See the wire still actually shaking.
Yeah. So we'll try to give you a score as best we can as we go along here.
It must be because it was this wasn't working for a moment, so I hit reset, and then I reset it because before the game, the first 3 minutes of the game, there was nothing moving. I had to plug it in again and then hit reset, and then everything started working, but it must just not have transferred over to the live stream yet. So apologies, folks. The technology, cord unplugged and software not compatible at the exact moment.
In my day, we had them on the manual scoreboard.
Yeah, there we go. Just had them flipping the pages.
With the peach basket. So it's 13-12, 7:35 in the second quarter.
You guys actually used, what do they call the old numbers system? What were those things? Whitney's 3, no good. Where you slide the beads?
Oh.
Rock over on the elbow, spinning move up top to Whitney.
They got a fresh clock on that one.
Cece off the dribble now. Kicks to the corner, Rock. And he got going. Oh! They're going to call a charge, they're going to call a block actually. Struck looked like he was trying to take the charge, then got plowed by Rock. That'll be the second foul on Struck.
Hey, Manny's going to take a breather. Muirhead's going to come in for him. Gavin Muirhead, the 6'7 junior, is now in for the Knights. 15-12, 7-12 in the second quarter.
Rock's free throw is good.
Rock's not bad. He's about 68% from the line.
Eng with it. Knights trail by 4. He'll come off the dribble now. Gage Gull guarding Matt Eng very closely now up top to Costello. Swing pass over to Muirhead. Dump inside to Alpers off the window. Too easy for 2.
Nice play. 14-16. Lincoln on top.
Gull off the dribble now. Uses a screen over to Rock. Got Alpers off his feet. Drives inside. Completely lost it into the hands of Rush Landry. Tried to scoop over the top and had it poked, and then lost it directly into the hands of Landry. Eng, quick triple, no good. Baseline pass to Gull, who buries the triple. The Lincoln student section is quite a few rows deep right now, and they're really into this basketball game in the opening first half.
19-14, Lincoln on top. 5:55 to go in the second quarter.
Muirhead, top of the key, swings it over to Landry. Looking at Costello now. Landry will call for the screen. He'll drive his way into the paint, had it stripped away into the hands of Whitney, who dumps it off to Gull and then lays it in off the window for 2.
And Roby's going to take a timeout here, Isaac. 21-14. Lincoln starting to pull away here. 7-point lead here with 5:36. It's a 30-second timeout. So we're going to take a break. You're listening to Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Real Presence Radio is available on Alexa-enabled devices, including Amazon Echo, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To enable the skill, just say, Alexa, enable Real Presence Radio. To listen, say something like, Alexa, open Real Presence Radio. It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, play Sioux Falls, or play AM 970, or play WWEN. From there, you can use commands like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere on Alexa-enabled devices.
Hey, welcome back here. 5:36 in the second quarter. People still coming in here, Isaac, at 7 minutes after 7. We're in the middle of the second quarter. Lincoln Patriots on top.
That's the
7.
only unfortunate thing of Keeter time is, the game starts early and it's like, well, now we're going to just have people trickling in the whole time.
David Alberts with a nice move. Whitney on the foul. Nope. Goal.
So Goal's second, which is a big foul, as Goal one of the primary defenders for the Patriots. Eng off the dribble into the paint. Tough two, no good. Into the hands of Cece. Whitney will dribble across half court. No one picked him up initially, and then he'll just drive all the way into the paint. Tough finish off the window, good for two.
Nice ball. 23-14, Lincoln on top. 5:06.
Muirhead drive inside. That's a tough finish, no good. Into the hands of Goal. Whitney, transition, crossover dribble, off the window, no good. And he'll head to the foul line for 2 free throws. And Lincoln is playing exactly how they want to right now.
They want to run it. Lincoln get back in transition pretty good. Whitney's first one's good. He's 71% from the line, 24-14, 10-point lead now for Lincoln. Ambrose goes out, Struck comes in. Remember, Struck has 2 fouls. 4 fouls for the Knights, 3 for the Patriots here in the first half.
Whitney's second free throw is good. 25-14, Whitney with 12 to lead all scorers, and Struck dribbles into a little bit of trouble and has to get rid of it as he's swarmed by a couple of Patriots. And now in transition, Whitney off the window and a charge called on Elliott Whitney. That'll be his second foul. He's been called for a charge twice.
Cameron Jackson now in for JT Rock. Cece goes out. Shaw comes in for him.
Struck over to Heckenleibel. Knights need some sort of scoring spark here, and hopefully Trey Heckenleibel will be able to do the job for him. So he'll swing it over to Struck. Thought about giving it off to Eng, now Struck off the dribble. Swings it up top to Muirhead. Over to Eng, up top to Struck. He'll drive. Kick it over to Muirhead, drives inside, tough finish off the window, couldn't get it to fall. And Whitney will go off the dribble now. He'll hesitation move down inside to the baseline, wraparound pass off the face of Cameron Jackson. And now there's just a scrum on the floor for it. The jump ball is called and it will go to the Knights.
Altets are trying to get a timeout down there. 12-2 run here, Isaac, for Lincoln here in the first 4 minutes of the second quarter. Knights have put 2 points on the board in the first 4 minutes of the second quarter here.
Struck over to Heckenleibel and then back into the hands of Struck. Now he'll walk it across the half-court line with a little bit of pace. Dribbling with the left hand up top to Costello. Swing pass. Heckenleibel, stand still, triple is good. So Heckenleibel into the game to provide that scoring, and he buries a triple on his first attempt. A big-time shot from the senior Trey Heckenleibel. The Dakota State baseball commit making some noise here in the second quarter.
25-17, Lincoln on top, 3:30. First half.
Shaw guarded by Struck. Remember, Shaw at the hot hand. Nice steal by Muirhead. Up top to Struck. Now the Knights will push a little bit in transition. They've got Heckenleibel over on the wing into the hands of Eng.
Oh, if he could hit another 3 over there.
Swings it over to Muirhead off the dribble. Didn't have anything to do with it and chucks it off of a little girl in the front row.
Updated Lincoln High into the first quarter. Lady Knights 9, Lincoln Patriots 5.
So that one started right on time.
Well, A.D. Struy over there, you know. He's Dakota Stater, so he, you know. Kay Alpers is back in now for Muirhead.
Whitney off the dribble now, looking inside at Cameron Jackson. Spin move off the glass, couldn't get it to fall. Jackson, the lefty, likes that turnaround hook shot over the right shoulder and hasn't had any success with it tonight. Costello thought about the triple over to Heckenleibel now. He'll come off of a screen. Heckenleibel steps over to Costello. Triple is good. John Costello killed the Patriots with 4 triples in the first meeting, knocks down his first. And the Knights have trickled into this lead and cut it to 5.
25-20.
Lob pass over the top, had nothing doing.
Dull wanted that. Looking for Jackson there. Jackson 6'9".
So Heckenleibel will catch it, play a little back and forth with Matt Eng, who brings it across the half-court line.
Cut it within 2 here.
So Heckenleibel will get it now. He'll swing it over to Eng, who's fouled from behind. Screen frees up Heckenleibel in the corner. Now he's guarded closely up top to Costello. Now it's Eng with it at the top of the key. Over to Heckenleibel. Swings it to Costello, guarded by Rock. Cross-court pass to Heckenleibel. He'll use a screen. Kick it over to Alpers in the corner. Cut through by Heckenleibel up top to Landry, who then throws a pass into the crowd. And another turnover on the Knights.
That's what, about 2 of the last 3 possessions down here we've threw the ball away?
Almost right into the hands of somebody sitting in the crowd. I mean, both times just inerrant passes directly into their hands. So Shaw off the dribble now. Dump off into the hands of Cameron Jackson. Over to Dahl. Up top to Rock. Inside to Jackson. Spin move over the other shoulder. Nice finish off the window. Is good that time for Cameron Jackson.
27-20, minute 33 left in the first half. Lincoln on top.
Alpers off the dribble, spin into the paint, tough finish off the window, good for 2. David Alpers making that look way too easy for the degree of difficulty on that
it's
shot.
So much fun to watch him in the paint, isn't it?
Shaw off the dribble, guarded by Heckenleibel, up top to Rock. Off the dribble now is Rock, had it poked once, and now he's at the elbow over to the hands of Shaw. Come off of a screen into the hands of Jackson, watch out for the spin move again. Barrels his way into the post, turn around, scoop shot, no good. And Eng will go off the dribble. Up top to Heckenleibel, swings it over to Alpers, top of the key. Frees up Eng, deep triple, blocked.
Under a minute. Foul on Landry.
Looks like on Eng.
His second, 15 foul. 27-22, 36 seconds left. A second difference from shot clock.
Hyatt with it. Dahl for 3, no good. Inside pass stolen away. And the Knights will hold for the final possession here as Struck has it, and he'll dribble over to the right side of the floor. Had it poked away.
And Manny's going to pick up his 3rd foul. 11 seconds left in the first half. Struck with his 3rd. He'll come out. Muirhead's going to check in for him. Lincoln will get the ball at the half court, right in front of the scorer's table. 11.3 seconds left.
Inbound to Cece, who's been awfully quiet so far. Up top, Rock. 5 seconds left. Rock inside to Hyatt. Turnaround, spin move, hook shot by Hyatt, around and in. And it drops at the buzzer, and the Patriots lead 29-22 at the end of the first half here from O'Gorman High School. Stay tuned for more in the Knights halftime show on Real Presence Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls offers a daily buffet featuring a variety of pizza choices, salad bar, and chicken. Pizza Ranch has a spacious dining room as well as 8 party rooms that fit different group sizes. Their online menu provides another option for their customers to order from. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. We have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, we can be reached at 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Halftime Show, brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agents for the Sioux Falls area, Jeff Gillen and Phil Carlson.
Welcome back here at halftime. Lincoln Patriots with the 7-point lead, 29-22 here at halftime. And on the screen, we have Dakota Spirit. The gals out there, the future cheerleaders, and they're doing a fabulous job. Let's talk about this game. Whitney right now, he's got 12 points for Lincoln. He's leading the only person double figures.
Yeah, and Whitney's doing a good job right now of playing his brand of basketball. He's going off the dribble, he's getting to the foul line, and he's creating open shots by stepping back and creating that separation over the outstretched arms of the defender. And it's been Lincoln's defense right now that's been really jump-starting their offense. So they've had countless opportunities where they've pushed the ball in transition thanks to getting a steal or an inerrant pass from O'Gorman right into the hands, and then they'll push down the floor and fly with some tempo and get some open looks.
But we've had a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, absolutely. We've thrown about 3 balls directly into the crowd tonight.
But the biggest lead, they're up by 11? I think it was 11-point lead Lincoln had there with about 3. We only, in the first 4 minutes of that quarter, we scored 2 points. Lincoln was on a 12-2 run there, I think, in the first 4 minutes. And then we kind of came back, cut it within 5, and then Hyatt hit that jumper there at the very end there, right? The halftime expired. So 7-point lead, 29-22. But Ing's been off a little bit. He had a block shot there and stuff. So it's kind of things aren't sinking like.
No, and this is kind of what we
normally see.
Kind of what we had mentioned heading into tonight. Sorry, I'm losing my voice, guys, but kind of what we had mentioned heading into tonight. You might see a little bit of when they're trying so hard to take away Ing, who's going to step up? And so far tonight, we haven't really seen that next man up mentality. It's kind of been scoring by committee, which is great. But that's when it's great when they're complimenting someone like Matt tonight. Well, right now Matt's got 5 points or whatever it is. And it's not that they're complimenting him. They're trying to now take over his scoring load. And when you're doing it by committee and there's not that many guys willing to get assertive and take the ball one-on-one or try to drive to the hole, we've seen a lot of 3-point attempts or a lot of passing around the perimeter until finally we get it back into the hands of Matt, who's been guarded ever so closely tonight.
Okay. Manny's got 3 fouls. How is that going to play in the second half?
Well, they're going to have to go with Huners a little bit more than they would have been anticipating, especially earlier on in the third quarter. So we'll see how they come out of the halftime show. You never know. It could even start Huners maybe, or they could find a way to incorporate some other lineups into the game. But, the Knights are struggling right now, and they need to find someone to light a spark. And it comes down to who's going to be in that situation at the right time to give the Knights what they need to pull out victorious here. So we'll see what Coach Roby is stirring up in the locker room right now and how they come out for the second half.
Okay, the Knights of Columbus Field Agents halftime show continues. Coming up next on your Gorman segment, we're going to talk about the Lady Knights gymnastics team as they get ready to compete in the state gymnastics meet this weekend over in Mitchell at the Corn Palace, and they're on fire, folks. Stay with us. You're listening to Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached by calling 605-334-1653. Again, that number is 605-334-1653.
Pre-planning a funeral is a wonderful gift for families. I'm David Lewis of Barnett Lewis Funeral Home, a family-owned and operated service to the community. Our goal is to make arrangements with families comfortable when they decide what their wishes are for funeral services. I will listen to all needs and offer choices for funeral arrangements and make sure all questions are answered. Barnett Lewis Funeral Home can be contacted at 336-0707 or by going to barnettlewis.com.
Let's talk about Inside O'Gorman. Let's talk about the lady gymnastics team. They won the Metro Conference this year, and I tell you what, they are on fire here as they get ready to compete over in Mitchell at the state gymnastics meet. And I tell you what, these girls are it's phenomenal, and everybody is watching them across the state. So the gymnasts that are competing this weekend is, I apologize if I butcher a couple names, Rose Dvorak, Rena Manning, Jaden Robbins, Mavi Botel, Grace Miller, Tegan Lynch, Macy Brewster, Audrey Meyer, and Catherine Pellicott. So that's your gymnastics team, and you have, you know what, Isaac? There's one senior. Jaden Robbins is a senior. Everybody else is sophomores, juniors, and freshmen. So I tell you what, we're going to have a great team here in the next. We have a great team now, but as we continue on, we just lose one senior, Jaden Robbins, and she'll be competing in the bars and the beam, and so that's pretty stacked team there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, we always have a really well-coached and well-performed.
Sky Bork.
Yep, and well-performed O'Gorman Knight gymnastics team. And Lana Bauer-White doing some of the coaching with those girls as well. So, tremendously coached. They're always sticking with the program and, performing well in their conference meets and in the state meet especially.
Okay, coming up this week is wrestling will be versus Madison at O'Gorman here on Thursday night. Basketball, ladies, girls will be down at Sioux City East, 7:30. We'll have that game broadcast. We'll not be live streaming. We'll be sitting in half court, so that game will be on the radio only. Friday debate is at Harrisburg Gymnastics. We mentioned out in Mitchell. Oral Turf down at Harrisburg. And we have the doubleheader here at O'Gorman, 6 o'clock girls. Number 1 versus number 2, Sioux Falls, Washington comes over to play the Lady Knights, and to get the boys' game to follow around 7:30, 7:45. That's on Friday night. This place will be hopping, packed house Friday night. Saturday debate at Harrisburg Gymnastics continues in Mitchell. Earl and Turp at Harrisburg. Show choir at Sioux Falls, Washington. If you had a chance to see the show choir, folks, go see them. Try to get call the school and get the schedule for them. They're phenomenal. And next Tuesday night, we'll be back here for another doubleheader against Harrisburg. Harrisburg Tigers come in to O'Gorman, ladies at 6, boys at 7:30. So that's Inside O'Gorman. Inside O'Gorman is brought to you by Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, our 6 elementary schools, junior high, and high school exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Our schools try to have excellent where it counts in faith, academics, in our community. And the opportunities offered to our students. Visit OGKnights.org to schedule a tour. So after the break, we'll look ahead at the second half here. You're listening to O'Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Real Presence Radio will be broadcasting an estimated 42 Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls and boys basketball games from the middle of December 2021 to the middle of March 2022. Tune into the RPR network on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, 91.3 FM Hartford, online at realpresenceradio.com, on our free mobile app, and on YouTube at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman basketball broadcast, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Upon graduation from O'Gorman High School, you will receive far more than a diploma. You get the values of a Catholic education, the support and reach of thousands of alum from across the country, the knowledge that you can become who you were meant to be, and our community will be right there by your side. You belong in blue. O'Gorman High School.
Hey, welcome back. Tonight's halftime show for the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights is sponsored by the BB Agency, supporting Knights of Columbus Insurance for South Dakota, Southwest Minnesota, and Northeastern Iowa. Life insurance, long-term care insurance, retirement products. Call the BB Agency at 882-8689. Connect to field agent near you. Update over at Lincoln High at halftime. The Lady Knights 23-13 with a 10-point lead over there. We're ready to start the second half. Knights down by 7, 29-22. Lincoln will have the ball. Here's Isaac.
Yeah, and that game over at Lincoln High School right now, Molly Abdouche leads the way for the Knights with 8, and Lucy Moore with 6 to complement those 8 points.
Here we go.
The absence of Hannah Ronzik tonight. Whitney with it over to Hyatt. Hyatt with it now inside, looking at Cece up top to Gull, over to Whitney now. Had it stolen away by Alpers, who tried to get it into the hands of Rock. So the Knights will start their starting 5. Struck with it now over to Landry. Over to Costello. Struck will cut across the backside. And now he's inside, guarded by Whitney. Hands it off to Landry. Triple from Landry. In and out, no good. Rebound into the hands of David Alpers. Does some work underneath the glass and has to throw it up into the hands of Cece in transition. And now he'll just lay it off the window with the left hand. His first bucket of the evening. And it's 31-22. Struck's pass off the hands of Costello into the hands of Cece, who lays it off the window for 2.
11-point lead now for the Patriots, 33-22. Just like that in a minute, boom.
Struck looking inside, up top to Eng. Triple from the top of the key is good.
First tray of the night for Eng, 33-25.
Hoping that continues here for Eng as he's looking to get on track in this second half. It looked like Struck rolled his ankle on the last possession. A little bit gimpy over there. And it looked like the coaching staff almost noticed right away as they sent Heckenleibel in immediately. So Rock with it, turnaround, fadeaway jump shot, no good. Rebound slapped out of bounds off the Patriots.
Heckenleibel come in for Manny, you're correct. And Brett tried to fix the score bug, folks, and cannot get it, so it's an internet connection. So we apologize for that. So it's 33-25, 5:55 in the third, Lincoln in the lead. Gorman with the ball.
Heckenleibel nearly lost it now over to the hands of Landry, who will move the defense around. Has to get rid of it now over to Heckenleibel. Swings it over to Ing, looking inside, up top to Landry. 13 on the shot clock. Dump off, tipped away by Hyatt. And Ing has an open 3, and he buries it.
Yeah, baby.
So Matt Ing buries his second in a row, and it's down to 5.
33-28.
Whitney driving the paint, kicks it over up top. Rock, triple, in front of the iron, no good. Rebound, Landry into the hands of Alpers. Two-hand jam.
Yeah, baby.
Nice pass in transition to Alpers, who slams it home with 2. The Knights are on a 7-0 run here.
And Halseth wants a timeout, Isaac.
8-0 run, excuse me, and the timeout from Coach Halseth will send us into a break. As the Knights cut into the lead, they trail 33-30 at home versus the Lincoln Patriots. More next on Real Presence Radio Network.
Hello, this is Mark Konzemius, President of the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. Preparing for the end of life can be overwhelming, even scary. Yet as disciples of Christ, we live in great hope and the reality of God's promise that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The end-of-life planning workbook for Catholics is now available. I encourage you to reach out to one of our Catholic Community Foundation offices or ccfesd.org. May God bless each of us on our journey to heaven.
4:54 here in the third. Lincoln 33, Knights 30. Got to give a shout out to the sixth graders over at Christ the King. They're listening. Braxton and Jack, this is for you and the rest of the class. Yeah, baby. Stay with us.
Goal with it now inside to Hyatt. Hyatt spinning turnaround, has to get rid of it now. Finally does, into the hands of Rock, who drives inside. Tough finish, no good. Rebound, however, floats right back into the hands of Hyatt and then lays it off the window. It looked like Ambrose didn't necessarily even go for that rebound. It almost fell directly into his hands.
35-30.
They'll set a screen now. Frees up Landry, who comes off of a screen. Ing up top to Alpers, back into the corner. Ambrose standstill triple, off the mark, no good. Ing grabs the offensive board, then fires a triple, and he got fouled by Gage Gull.
He was on the three, wasn't he? Yep. He'll go the line. Man is an 85% free throw shooter. He was at the line earlier. He was 3 for 3 there. Can he do it again? Get within 2 here. I love these types of games, Isaac.
Nice shot there from Ing. So Struck is down over getting his ankle retaped by Tiffany.
Okay, Muirhead's in for Heckenleibel. Here comes Costello. It's going to come in quick.
So Costello in for Alpers quick. Ambrose in, Ing in, Muirhead in, and Landry in.
Ing was his third free throw here. 35-32.
And now here comes Huners in as well.
Wow.
He'll come in for Landry. Next thing that's going to happen is they're just going to unload the bench here.
Usually don't do it when your guy's at the line. I see they're doing it when the other team's at the line. Sorry.
Ing's third free throw rattles in.
He's 6 for 6 at the line. Lincoln 35, Knights 33, 3:57 in the third.
Whitney off the dribble, guarded by Huners, drives into the paint. Tough finish, no good, but they call a foul on Huners. That one was a little touchy.
And he's going to go the line. Shoot 2 here. First team foul for the Knights here in the second half. That's Leo's second foul of the game.
Whitney's free throw is good.
Like I mentioned earlier, he's 71%.
Second free throw on the way here for Whitney. That one good as well. So both of them touch no rim. Huners behind the back dribble creates some separation and was fouled by Cece. Costello to inbound, up top to Huners. They'll try to swing it over to Ing, up top to Ambrose instead, over to Muirhead, now into the hands of Ing. To a cutting Ambrose, whose shot is no good.
Nice try, nice shot though.
And now Whitney off the dribble, tough right-handed finish is good.
Oh, nice ball.
What a finish by Elliott Whitney off the window.
Nice. He leads all scorers with 16 for the Lincoln.
Ambrose up top, Huners, standstill triple, back of the iron, no good. Muirhead, what a save by Muirhead, and now Ambrose step back triple is good.
And Roby wants to call a timeout here.
What an acrobatic save by Gavin Muirhead. So we'll take a quick break here with 2:59 left in the third quarter. Knights trail by 3. You're listening to Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio will be broadcasting an estimated 42 Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls and boys basketball games from the middle of December 2021 to the middle of March 2022. Tune into the RPR network on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, 91.3 FM Hartford, online at realpresenceradio.com, on our free mobile app, and on YouTube at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman basketball broadcast, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Welcome back here. 2:59 left in the third, 39-36. Lincoln's on top. And I see we're represented pretty well. There's Father Kelly, Father Simple, and Father Wensing sitting over there rooting on, cheering on the Knights here tonight.
So Whitney will dribble the ball now across the half-court line. Knights trail by 3, 2:55 to go here in the third quarter. Pass into the corner with Shaw up top to Jackson. Swings it around to Hyatt. Wanted the pass to Whitney and now has to dump it inside to Shaw. Turnaround pass to Hyatt. Barrels his way into the paint. Flip-up shot, no good. Rebound to the Knights. Here comes a screen as they try to free up Eng.
Maybe a chance to tie it up here.
One-footed floater from the baseline is good. What a difficult shot by Matt Eng. That degree of difficulty was incredibly high.
That's a 2-point, 39-38.
And now Landry nearly steals it as he dives to the floor for it. As big bad JT Rock checks back into the game.
Gonna give a shout out to Monsignor Steve Barnett. I know he's listening and watching tonight. Hope you're doing well, Monsignor. Keeping everybody in line over there at Prince of Peace.
Inside to Rock, guarded by Alpers. Turnaround left-handed finish, no good. Rebound Muirhead into the hands of Eng.
Knights with a chance to take the lead here.
Eng up top, Costello, standstill triple, no good. Rebound Muirhead off the window, couldn't get it to fall initially. And now a surge for the board as now Jackson just throwing bows back and forth as Muirhead slaps it out of bounds.
Whoa! Okay, here comes Manny back in. Remember, Struck has 3 fouls. He's going to
come in for Muirhead.
Yep.
Who took a bow off the face. Looks like he's all right. But definitely annoyed.
He's played some good minutes inside.
Absolutely. Muirhead playing some tremendous minutes again. Hit him right on the face as he's signaling to the crowd. Backdoor cut from Shaw off his fingertips. Oh, they're going to...
No. Should be O'Gorman ball. Should be O'Gorman ball. The refs are going to talk about it.
Yep,
it is.
And it goes to O'Gorman. So it's off the hands of Shaw. I was just about to say, they gotta review that, you know. Struck inbounds it to Landry. Landry will get ready to walk it across half court, guarded by Shaw. Crossover dribble creates some separation across the volleyball court line and up top to Struck. Off the dribble, dump off pass to Eng. Up top to Landry, over to Alpers now. Dump inside to Costello, out to Struck. Catch and shoot triple, back of the iron, no good. That's got to be a walk as Dahl came down with it and then shuffled twice. And now Whitney with it. Step back, deep triple, around and out, no good. Rebound, however, by Dahl, and that it's stripped away in a jump ball called
O'Gorman ball. And Halstead is not happy on that call at whatsoever, folks.
Halstead wanted the
foul.
No, he wanted the call to be out of bounds. Yeah. When Landry stripped it out of the hands, Landry was standing out of bounds, but they said that the tie-up happened before Landry stepped out.
He's still kind of letting him have a earful over there. Knights down by 1, under a minute here in the third.
Struck into the hands of Costello. Knights break the pressure. Now over to Eng. Eng off the dribble, guarded closely. Dan still, triple is good!
Yeah, baby!
Fading away, and the Knights take a 2-point lead. 35 seconds left in the quarter. Knights 41, Lincoln 39. Eng with, I believe, 14 points this quarter. Shaw with it now into the corner. Cece drives baseline, dumps it off out of the hands of Jackson into the hands of Shaw. Triple no good. Rebound Jackson, 12 seconds on the clock. He just slips and falls, and now there's a scrum for it on the floor into the hands of Ing. He was hit. There's 4 seconds on the clock, 3 seconds on the clock. Ing had it poked from behind, just flips it up with one hand, off the window, no good. And that'll do it for the third quarter here at O'Gorman High School. Knights lead 41-39 over the Lincoln Patriots after a 14-point quarter from Matthew Ing. And the Knights have their first lead since the opening minutes. And stay tuned for a hot and close fourth quarter on Real Presence Radio Network.
J&J Caseworks and Closets and More is a proud sponsor of the O'Gorman Knights. Following the same rich, winning tradition, family, and Christian values, J&J Caseworks strives to create a work environment to call home. Family-owned and operated, J&J Caseworks has several full-time positions available. Our team members pursue career goals, learn new skills, and get the recognition they deserve. To set up an appointment, J&J Caseworks can be reached at 605-332-0805 or email jobs@jmjcaseworks.com. Go Knights!
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. We have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, we can be reached at 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
Hey.
Go ahead.
We start the fourth quarter here. It's been all Knights here in the third quarter. Knights outscored the Patriots, Isaac, 19-10. 41-39 to start the fourth quarter. Here's Isaac.
So Lincoln will start with possession here. So that shot is tipped away into the hands of the Knights. So Struck, guarded closely by Cece, off the dribble now. Dumps it off for Ing. Up top to Landry. Into the corner, Ing, triple, off the iron, no good. Struck, tapped it, and a call foul on Struck from behind.
Ooh, it's number 4 from Annie.
That'll be Struck's fourth, so he'll take a seat on the bench. So Gull with it now. Over to Whitney. Into the corner with Rock. Rock, been very quiet so far tonight, only 6 points. Spinning turnaround elbow jumper. He was fouled on the release by Alpers, and that'll send Rock to the line for 2 after he airballed the shot.
It'll be David's first foul.
Which is crazy that that's only his first.
That's
fine.
I'm happy with it.
Yeah, we're at 7 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, and he'd played a clean game until then.
3 team fouls for O'Gorman, 2 in Lincoln. Timeouts left. Gorman has 3, Lincoln has 4 here, if you're keeping track. Rock hits both. He ties it up, 41-all, 7:21.
Landry now will walk it across the half-court line, guarded closely by Cece as Huners gets ready to check into the ball game. Landry has to get rid of it into the hands of Ing. Between the legs dribble, up top to Costello. Over to Muirhead, dump inside, poked away by Hyatt. Nice job of Hyatt of getting the wraparound poke away. And Huners will relieve Ing from his duties for a few moments.
Leo Huners, a 6-foot senior.
Alpers trying to drive, spin into the paint, off the glass, good for 2. 43-41, what a nice move by David Alpers. And now I think you're going to go to Alpers consistently here these next couple possessions without a true shooter on the floor. I think you're going to look for some drives to the basket, maybe some dishes to Alpers in the paint. Whitney, quick feet over to Gull, pump fake of the pass, now up top, poked by Huners. And now Huners is going to sprint to it. He's going to get it into the hands of Muirhead, who had it stripped from behind by Gull. Gull plays great defense as he was able to come from behind and get a hand on that as Whitney launches a deep triple, no good. Rebound into the hands of into the hands of Muirhead, into the hands of Huners now. Huners uses a screen. Pass to Costello. Drives baseline. Was fouled by Hyatt. Full timeout from Coach Halseth, so we'll take a break. You're listening to O'Gorman Knights basketball. Knights 43, Patriots 41, with 6 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter after the break.
Real Presence Radio is available on Alexa-enabled devices, including Amazon Echo, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To enable the skill, just say, Alexa, enable Real Presence Radio. To listen, say something like, Alexa, open Real Presence Radio. It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, play Sioux Falls, or play AM 970, or play WWEN. From there, you can use commands like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere on Alexa-enabled devices.
Hey, welcome back. Update over at Lincoln High for the girls. End of third. Lady Knights 33, Lincoln Patriots 21. We have Molly Abdouche with 13, Bergen Riley with 9 so far in that ball game over at Lincoln. 43-41, 6 minutes to go. Gorman on top by 2. What a fun second half this has been, Isaac.
Absolutely. It's been back and forth the whole way.
But I love the pressure that Lincoln does not let up.
No, they've been keeping the foot on the gas pedal the entire second half here. They've had it on the whole game, but the ability to just continue to pour it on. Landry inbounds it to Muirhead around the rim and in on the alley-oop play from the out-of-bounds pass. Good for 2.
45-41. Muirhead's fired up.
Whitney off the dribble now. Hesitation move. Kicks it over to Hyatt. Drives into the paint. Off the window. No good. Rebound Costello. Landry with it now. He'll dribble down the left side of the floor. Stops and tosses it up top. Eng now uses a screen from Costello. Over to the elbow. Over to Muirhead. Steps into an elbow. 2. It's good. Gavin Muirhead buries a tough 2.
47-41, 5-16.
Whitney steps into a deep triple and he answers.
Oh, he shot that from 33rd Street.
That was a big-time shot from
That stops
Whitney.
it bleeding a little bit for Lincoln.
Muirhead over to Eng. Eng looking inside now at Muirhead, guarded by Cece. A little bit of a mismatch over there. Eng, 2-footed floater, no good. Rebound tipped around off the hands of Alpers. It was off the foot of Hyatt and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Knights underneath their own basket. And now Ambrose will come in for Costello.
Gorman ball underneath.
Eng, triple from the corner, no good. Rebound into the hands of Cece. Muirhead, the only man back for O'Gorman, stops the fast break. Whitney inside to Rock, guarded by Ambrose. Rock trying to go to work, driving his way back and down. Ambrose off the window for 2.
47-46, 4:25. Gorman on top. Lincoln crowd's getting back into this, Isaac.
Alpers with it. Almost got poked from behind. Ambrose steps into a triple, no good. Rebound, Muirhead up and slams it in and one!
Yeah, baby, and he's fouled, Isaac. I told you Muirhead was fired up.
Gavin Muirhead drops the absolute hammer and was fouled in the process.
And the O'Gorman crowd goes nuts, the cheering section.
Muirhead just shaking his head in disbelief.
Hyatt picks up his second foul there.
Steps up to the free throw line, and his free throw around the rim and out, no good, into the hands of Rock. And then it was poked away by Alpers.
Alpers will pick up his second.
That's a horrible call.
Pick up his second foul.
Put my hands on my head there. That was terrible.
49-46, 4:05 left in regulation here. And they're going to wipe up perspiration off the floor, dry the floor off. Lincoln will have the ball the whole length of the court. Hope you made that second batch of popcorn, folks, because it's going to go down to the wire. Gorman student section is getting into this one.
JT Rock, triple no good. Back into the hands of Rock, and then had it stolen away, and Hyatt gets to the floor, kicks it over to Whitney. He'll drive inside, tried to behind the back pass it, threw it away, and now Eng into the hands of Muirhead. Alley-oop! It's good for two!
Yeah, baby!
Oh my goodness!
Oh man, that was a classy, Isaac.
From the heavens!
That was sweet. Slamma-jamma. 51-46.
And a timeout from Coach Olsen as Gavin Muirhead and Huners hits the deck, and now everyone back to the bench. Holy moly!
And I don't think the teammates were running way out to half court, and the refs are saying, "Get back, guys, get back! You can't do that." 51-46, 3:25.
We'll take a timeout here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is available on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, "Play Sioux Falls," or "Play AM 970," or "Play WWEN." From there, you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere on Google Assistant devices.
Hey, welcome back here. 51-46, Knights on top here by 5 with 3:25 left. Just had a couple of jams here by Muirhead. I tell you
jams, let me tell you.
That was sweet. That was classic, guys. They were classic dunks.
Those could have been down at Madison Square Garden for all we know.
I mean, that was, folks, replay that tomorrow or after the game or whatever. Replay that and watch them. Producer Brett Byler had a perfect shot at it coming down here at the end here. So Manny struck it back in. Starting five's in for the Knights here with 3:22. You're going to get John on the foul on Hyatt. No. They called David for his third.
Whitney, triple from the corner, no good. Rebound.
And that'll be 4 on him. 4 on goal. He picks up that foul.
Lay-in off the window, good.
Knights had it stolen away, and they came down and scored. 51-48, 3 minutes to go. These 3 minutes are going to probably take about 15.
So Knights lead by 3, up top to Costello, over to Struck. Inside, off the hands of Alpers. There was a foul called on Hyatt for the push.
That'll be his third.
So Knights will inbound from underneath the basket.
Costello will throw it in.
Oh, inbound was poked off the hands of Rock. Struck's got to be careful there with 4. Inside to Hyatt, turnaround, layup, no good, but a foul will send him to the line for 2.
Costello picks up his first 16 foul for O'Gorman, so now both teams will be in the bonus after this for the next 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Hyatt misses that. Okay, Muirhead's back in now for Landry. Hyatt misses his second one.
Rebound Muirhead. Up top, Costello with it now. Over into the hands of Struck. Over inside now to Alpers when they dump it inside. Alpers was called for an offensive foul. That'll be Alpers' fourth.
Ouch, ouch, ouch. So Alpers and Struck each now with 4 fouls. Lincoln to go the bonus. No, offensive. So
Alpers picked up all 4 fouls in this quarter.
Yep.
You went from not being in foul trouble the entire game to all of a sudden you're sitting in a span of 5 minutes. Rock looking inside off the dribble now. Over to Shaw. Step back triple from Shaw is not even close. As Alpers grabs the board, had it stripped away by Rock, and now he's just getting bodied all over the floor, and no foul called.
Wow.
And it's going to go into the hands of the Patriots.
I thought maybe Rock would have got the foul there on Alpers. We're going, but okay.
Wow, that was...
Roby's going to get Alpers out of there, calm him down a little bit.
Like a bull in a china shop
Ambrose
there.
is in. Minute 54, Knights up by 3.
Gall to Whitney off the dribble, drives into the paint, had it just stripped away by Struck into the hands of Ambrose. Struck hands it off to Ambrose. 1:40 on the clock. Ambrose over to Eng. He'll set a screen for Eng and a timeout from Coach Roby.
I'll give 2 left for him.
It'll be a full timeout. So with 1:34 left here in the fourth quarter, we'll take a break. You're listening to O'Gorman Knights basketball as they lead the Patriots by 3 after the break.
Jardine Construction is a general contractor of custom homes, remodeling, and commercial construction. Jardine Construction works in close cooperation with project owners and customers when developing a plan for a building or home. Jardine Construction has lots available in Sioux Falls, Hartford, and Humboldt. Mark can be reached at 605-951-1803 and Tom at 605-261-6174.
Barnett Vision Clinic in Sioux Falls offers comprehensive eye exams to assess their patients' eye health, including students and young athletes. At Barnett Vision Clinic, we offer a variety of glasses, contacts, and sunglasses to fit our patients' needs, including brands such as Oakley, Ray-Ban, Nike, Kate Spade, and Nano Vista glasses for kids. Dr. James Barnett is a proud O'Gorman alumni and St. Michael's parishioner. To schedule an appointment, we can be reached at 605-335-7757 or online at barnettvisionclinic.com.
Welcome back here. Minute 34 left in regulation. Gorman up by 3, 51-40. Update over at Lincoln. Lady Knights 43-25. Lincoln over there. 4:35 left in the game there. Molly Abdush with 13. Bergen Riley with 12 so far. We got a barn burner here, folks. Here's Isaac.
Inbound to Eng. 15 on the shot clock. Eng dribbling inside Alpers. A layup off the window. Good for 2. Hyatt hit the deck. Not sure if he tripped or stepped on someone, but it looked like he just slipped.
Minute 17, Knights up by 5.
Whitney, hesitation dribble inside off the window. Was he fouled by Struck?
Correct. Dang it, Isaac.
That'll be the 5th foul for Emmanuel Struck, who actually believe that's his first time fouling out of the game this season.
He's going to end the game with 3 points. Roby's going to take a little bit of time here. Looks like Rusher's going to come in.
So that'll do it for Struck's evening, excuse me. As Whitney's free throw is good.
Whitney now with 22 points, double figures for Lincoln.
Going second free throw, no good, and then Rock gets the offensive board. Now into the hands of Landry, and the Knights will slow it down a little bit. Landry, you're going to have to get rid of it here somewhere. Finds Alpers. The tight end goes up and grabs that one. Alpers tried to spin away from Hyatt, and now a timeout from Coach Roby.
And then to give him 1 left. 56 seconds left. Knights up by 4 with the ball, 53-49.
We'll take a quick break. You're listening to O'Gorman Knights basketball on Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is available on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay, Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, "Play Sioux Falls," or "Play AM 970," or "Play WWEN." From there, you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere on Google Assistant devices.
Oh, what a barn burner, Isaac. 53-49, Knights with the ball, 56 seconds left in regulation. Manny Struck just fouled out into the game with 3 points. Did a heck of a ball game, folks. Hats off to Manny Struck tonight. Whitney's on top for Lincoln. He's got 23.
Played good defense. Struck played good defense on CC, held him to 4 points.
Elpers has 12. Ing has 17 for the Knights. But it's
been the Elliott Whitney show for the Patriots and the Gavin Muirhead show for the O'Gorman Knights, as Muirhead's had 2 emphatic slams. One two-handed flush and the other one an alley-oop.
Okay, Ing, Elpers, Landry.
Setting the cross screen, doesn't get anything freed up and open. They'll just inbound it to Landry. 19 on the shot clock now as Landry's fouled. They'll give the foul to Whitney on the push. It'll actually send Landry to the line for a 1-and-1.
Landry's a 73% free throw shooter.
First one rattles around and in. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, offensive board, Gavin Muirhead. And Landry hits the deck, and they're going to call a travel.
Wow. Okay, Knights still up by 5, 54-49, 45.1 seconds. Lincoln will have the ball in front of the Gorman bench. 3/4 length.
Whitney over into the corner now. It's CC off the dribble. Inside to Hyatt. He'll go to work. Right-handed scoop shot off the window. Good for 2. Timeout, Coach Halseth. We'll just keep it right here with 33 seconds in the fourth quarter. Knights lead by 3. So a 3-point game with 33.3 on the clock.
Oh, it's second half. It's been all nights here now, but Lincoln is staying back into this. So
yeah,
each team now with 1 timeout left.
Each team answering each other blow for blow, essentially, this entire fourth quarter. So some score updates as we can get to them from around the state. Pierre on top of Huron, 43-29 at the end of the third quarter. Sioux Falls Jefferson leads Watertown. Let's see here. Leads Watertown 56-48. And that one has a minute left in the fourth quarter. Washington on top of Brandon, 32-16. Sioux Falls Roosevelt all over Brookings. And Mitchell narrowly beat Aberdeen Central, 69-62.
A final over at Lincoln. The Lady Knights win 54-31 over at Sioux Falls Lincoln. Lady Knights' next game was Thursday night down at Sioux City East.
They'll inbound it to Landry, who will go to the line for another 1-and-1.
(54, 51, 32). Shot clock is now off. Muirhead checks in for Heckenleibel. You got Landry, Elpers, Muirhead, Costello, Ingen for the Knights.
And Landry misses the first of a 1-and-1. So Whitney off the dribble now, gets his way to the paint. His shot no good.
And they call goaltending. Okay.
Wow.
Whitney's at the line to tie this up.
I don't know about that. I mean, you're coming from the backside calling that after the crowd reaction. It wasn't immediate.
No, so Muirhead's out. Heckenleibel's in. Went into the line for one to tie it up here. 24.3 seconds. And he does. All tied up here. 54 all. Gorman with the ball. Here we go. Each team one timeout.
Landry over to Costello, into the hands of Ing. Ing has a chance to win it here for O'Gorman as there's 15 seconds on the clock.
Now
a timeout from Coach Roby.
O'Gorman have the ball across the court here, right in front of the student section to our left. Wow, we knew this was going to be a game, didn't we, Isaac?
It's been a fantastic game so far, and it could even get even more exciting, either with a buzzer beater of either teams here or overtime appearance in this one. I've already been to overtime once today. I don't necessarily want to go back.
Yeah, but you won that overtime.
Yeah,
that way you can be, if that would happen, I'd rather see a last-second shot here with 13.2 seconds to win it. But so what? Okay. Ball's underneath. We're going to have the ball out there. Roby's got a play in mind.
Yeah, everyone's thinking it's going to be probably everyone's like, oh, they're going to get it to Matt Ing and let him shoot it. I would not be surprised in the slightest if you try to dump this ball inside to David Alpers on, like an L cut, U cut, something around the basket where they're trying to get him inside, let him go to the line, get Rock to trail him from behind, and after that cut, maybe, you'll set a screen for him. Maybe then you free up a shooter at the top of the key. But
and he gets fouled and we go the line and no time and win it by one.
Exactly. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a dump inside to Alpers and let him try to do a little bit of something.
You being the graduate of Roby School of Basketball, we'll see what happens here, folks. 13.2 seconds left, all tied up, 54 all. Here we go. He backs up Rock. Rock, a defender, backs him up a little bit. He's 6'1", he's got a wingspan.
So 13.2 on the clock, inbound into the hands of Rush Landry. Landry now off the dribble at the top of the key. They'll get it over to Heckenleibel. He's got 7 seconds up top to Landry. Over to Ing. 4-3-2. Tough fadeaway from Landry. No good. Alpers at the buzzer. Couldn't get it to fall. And we will head into overtime here from O'Gorman High School.
Wow. 54 all overtime. We're going to take a break as we get situated here for overtime from O'Gorman High School. You're listening to O'Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Upon graduation from O'Gorman High School, you will receive far more than a diploma. You get the values of a Catholic education, the support and reach of thousands of alum from across the country, the knowledge that you can become who you were meant to be, and our community will be right there by your side. You belong in blue. O'Gorman High School.
Is there an event that you would like announced right here on the RPR network? Please email the details at least 2 weeks in advance to heather@realpresenceradio.com. That's HEATHER@realpresenceradio.com. We can help spread the word about what's happening at your parish and in your diocese. Again, that email address is heather@realpresenceradio.com.
Welcome back. So I hope them 6th graders over at Christ King didn't go to bed because we got a ball game here, folks. 54 all overtime. We're going to jump the ball. Alpers and Rock. Here's Isaac with the call of overtime.
Welcome to O'Gorman High School if you're just joining us.
Oh, I'm getting nervous.
And Rock wins the tip.
4 minutes in overtime, folks.
Sorry, I had to send out the Real Presence Radio Network tweet that we're heading to overtime. As that shot no good, into the hands of Costello now. Over to Landry. Landry drives inside. Got his shot off. It got Rock off his feet and took the contact from Rock.
I thought
Still
Rock fouled him.
through it, but it looked like he was, just going to get the foul called, if anything.
Okay, 56-42. Knights up by 2.
As Landry hits the deck, pass inside to Hyatt, layup good off the window. 56 all, 3:14 left here in the fourth quarter. Landry comes off the dribble now. He'll hand it off to Matt Ing. Come off of a second screen up top to Landry, looking inside at Alpers. Cross-court pass. Ing steps into a three, and it's good.
Yeah, baby. 59-56, under 3 in overtime.
What a big shot from Matt Ing. Drive, baseline, and an offensive foul on Cece as Ing took the charge.
That'll be his third. Hear that whistle. Roby's calling in a play. Muirhead, Landry, Ing, Alpers, Costello in for the Knights. 2:40. Knights up by 3.
So Landry walks it across the half-court line, hands it off to Ing. Knights lead by 3 with 2:38 left to go here. Landry on the right wing, guarded closely by Cece. Up top to Costello, swings it back to Ing, looks inside at Alpers. There's that cross-cut screen into the hands of Landry, who had it poked out of his hands now. Pass over to Ing, that's a deep triple, it's good!
Yeah, baby.
Matt Ing buries the triple, and it's 62-56. As Whitney tries to answer with the big three, can't get it to fall. Rebound to Gavin Muirhead. Knights will push here. Could we see a heat check from Matt Ing? Step back over to Alpers, back into the hands inside. Nearly got it into the hands of into the hands of Muirhead. Inside Costello, layup good for 2, and it's an 8-point lead for the O'Gorman Knights.
And Holstat wants a timeout, and he's not happy with his boys. 64-56, 150 in overtime. And this will be a 30. We're going to keep it here. Tell you what, it's been all O'Gorman.
It has been a fun fourth quarter and plus here in overtime.
10-2 run there. 10-2 run. It was 54 all at the end of regulation. 64-56, minute 50. I can give a shout out to a fellow Knight of Columbus, right, Brett? Mr. Gary Evian, the Grand Knight over at Christ the King, he thinks he needs a winner in Arizona, right? And he's watching and listening down there. So, Gary, hope you're staying warm. It's beautiful, 50-some degrees up here today. So, and I know he's related to somebody on Lincoln. Actually, he's related to JT Rock. So, that's where the height comes from. It's from that side of the family. So Gary was a standout ball player up at Northern years ago. So, but 64-56, minute 50 here in overtime. Each team now with one timeout. Lincoln did have 2. They used that. So now Roby has 1. Lincoln has 1. Minute 50.
So Whitney will have it. Guarded closely now into the hands of Goal, now over to Hyatt, who was tripped by Muirhead, and they're going to call a foul on the floor. It was on Muirhead, who was trying to dive for the loose ball and then undercut Hyatt.
Muirhead's first foul. He's got 8 points on the night, and fabulous.
And it's been a loud 8 points from Gavin Muirhead.
I'm going to have to go back and watch that on the Real Presence Sioux Falls Radio YouTube page.
Hyatt's free throw around and out, no good. Caleb Hyatt on the season is shooting, 61%.
Misses
that free throw no good as well. So Lincoln shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here in the overtime period as now Landry across with some pace. Tried to pass it down into the hands of Muirhead, and then Muirhead turned as Landry tried to make the pass.
Miscommunication. Be Lincoln ball, full length of the court, minute 31.
Roby says, "Come on, rush," and he said he was wide open. He said, "I saw that, but make sure he's looking."
He traveled. Now, David's got to be careful reaching in like that.
Yeah.
Alpers pick up his 5th foul, but he did. Okay, here comes Heckenleibel in. He's going to check in for
Muirhead. So he'll come in as a more polished free throw shooter than the almighty Gavin Muirhead's performance today.
Well, Muirhead's hardly been to the line all year.
Now they'll push a little bit in transition. Heckenleibel across the half-court line. He's going to be trapped over to Costello. Costello off the dribble. He was fouled, and Costello will head to the line. It'll be double bonus for the rest of the way for both teams. as John Costello steps up to the line for 2 free throws.
He's 65% from the line. Chance to make this a 10-point lead if he makes them both here. Minute 13 in overtime.
Costello's free throw is good.
9-point lead for the Knights here.
1:13 left to go here in the overtime period, not the fourth quarter. Second free throw is good. 66-56 here. 10-point lead, the largest of the overtime period. Inside Hyatt. Shot is blocked. Over into the hands of Eng. Eng dribbling around over to Landry. Into the hands of Costello. Handed off to Eng. He'll just dribble around. There's still 50 on the shot clock. And he throws it away.
So if you're just leaving Lincoln High from the girls' game, we're in overtime here, folks. 66-56. Knights with a 10-point lead.
Knights trailed by 7 at half. Used a big third quarter from Matt Eng to propel themselves into the lead.
It was 54 all at the end of regulation.
Rock, triple, back of the iron, no good. Rebound somehow winds up in the hands of Whitney, who lays it in off the window, and a timeout from Coach Halseth. So yeah, it was 29-22 at half, and the Knights took a 41-39 lead into the end of the third quarter. And then it was a back and forth battle in the fourth quarter. It ended with the Knights getting a last-second shot that didn't fall. And then in overtime, it's been all O'Gorman so far with an 8-point lead with 39.7 left on the clock.
Oh, it's been fun. You know, Lincoln being 6-6, you know, it's like they just about they're a hard team.
Well, they've lost.
Like we talked about before, I do not want to see them.
They are 1-5 in games decided by 10 or less points this season are the Lincoln Patriots. And I was just about to say they've been losing so many close games and losing so many games that they necessarily shouldn't have lost.
And that's our producer. He goes in the record books and checks all that out because
Mr. Brett Byler always going a step above and beyond.
As his fiance calls him, Blue Eyes.
Or is that you?
No, that's his fiance. And he gets to see her on Thursday night as we go down for the Lady Knights take on Sioux City East at 7:30 down in Sioux City. So
I will not be in attendance to that one.
I'll get to meet her again. I think this will be my third or fourth time I've got to meet the future
time.
Mrs. Bryler. Here we go. 39 seconds. Knights up by 8.
Run a couple of screens here. They'll try to get Eng open now. A timeout from Costello as Eng hit the floor.
That's their last timeout, Isaac. Wow. But if you're, like I said earlier, if you're just joining us coming out of the girls' game, I tell you what, you want to go back and watch the game here in the third quarter where Gavin Muirhead had 2 classic slam jams.
Oh, absolutely.
You want to take a look at that, folks.
And one dunk. Or you can go to my Twitter page at Isaac Struck on Twitter. And 2 absolute slams, one of them an alley-oop, and then the other one an and one dunk. So both of them were emphatic, and both of them drew a huge crowd reaction. Really fun environment here at O'Gorman High School.
So the Knights up by 8 with 39.7 seconds. O'Gorman both teams out of timeouts now. Double bonus for both teams. The O'Gorman ball the whole length of the court. So they have to get it in here. And he'll have the whole length of the baseline. They line up 4 wide.
Knights still struggling to get the basketball inbounded. Great defense here from the Patriots. They finally get it into the hands of Matt Eng, and then throws it up top to Rush Landry, who is fouled by Cece. Landry looks like he was running a fly route more than anything.
So Landry go back to the line. Rush with 5 points.
Landry at the line. It'll be 2 free throws here as we're in the double bonus.
(67-58). Chance to make it a 10-point lead here with 33 seconds. And he does.
10-point lead, 33 seconds left. Whitney's just going to try to launch a 3 here. Now he'll drive inside, kick it out. Shaw, corner triple. That's a good look. In and out, no good. Rebound into the hands of Whitney. He's in the corner in a lot of trouble. Spin move, baseline, tried to lay it in. They're going to call a foul on Rush Landry.
Rush is second. 19 seconds. Knights up by 10. Whitney would go to the line for 2. Heckenley was going to check in.
They're clapping like Stu Whitney was after the foul called there. Good time memes.
28 now with him. He leads all scorers. He makes them both, so 68-60, 19 seconds.
Costello threw it away into the hands of Rock. He throws it over to Cece into the corner. Whitney, triple, air ball. And that's going to do it here from O'Gorman High School. The Knights defeat the Lincoln Patriots in overtime, 68-60. What a fun, crazy Tuesday evening here at O'Gorman High School. As stick around from the Knights locker room show after the break as we'll recap tonight's game, look into that girls game as well as some other scores from around the state, including our Pizza Ranch player of the game. All that next on the Knights post-game locker room show on Real Presence Radio Network.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. We have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, we can be reached at 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
Imagine a place where your child is always welcome, where faith and education go hand in hand, and character is developed through perseverance and service, ensuring a love of learning and a compassion for others, built on a foundation of Catholic values, where faith is not only talked about, but lived. Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, where you belong.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Locker Room Show. Now, back to the gym.
Wow, what a game, folks. Knights victorious in overtime, 68-60. I tell you what, nobody left here tonight, did they, AJ?
No, it was an absolutely awesome environment. And the crowd was treated to an extra period of overtime because we started early, so they had to make sure that they gave the crowd a treat there at the end of the overtime period. But man, it was really a fun game, a fun atmosphere, and a really highly competitive game from both teams, as we saw a lot of points and a lot of defense being played on both sides of the floor. And yes, points and defense can go hand in hand with the way that there were some blocks and some steals and some other things going on in today's game that really sparked some defense into transition offense.
Okay, for Lincoln, let's talk about Lincoln first. Lincoln, Elliot Whitney, 29. Rock with 10. I mean, he was just unstoppable tonight, wasn't he?
And Whitney got a lot of his points from the free throw line, too. He did a fantastic job of driving and getting fouled as he was trying to get to the rim. And then late in that half, he was able to get some opportunities to put in a couple of deep 3-point shots, as well as getting some floaters off the backboard. But Whitney really looked like a versatile guard tonight. He played pretty hard on the defensive end, but also was able to shoot it from the outside and scored on the inside. So fantastic game from him.
Okay.
And he was quiet the last time we played at Lincoln. He only had 2 points.
And for the Knights, you had Elpers with 12, Matt Ing with 23, Landry with 7.
Muirhead with 8.
Yeah, Heckenleibo, yeah. And then Costello ends up with 9. So, but fabulous game. It was 54 all at the end of regulation. But halftime, when you were down, we were up 41-39, but we're down 22-29 at half. We came back, outscored the Patriots 19-10 in the third quarter, and then tied it up in regulation 54 all. So
yeah, that was a fun ball game to be around and a fun atmosphere to be a part of tonight. As
the team is coming out to talk to their parents and grandparents and everything. So shout out to Elpers' grandparents down in Florida. I know they're listening and watching. So your grandson David did a fabulous job. Well, picked up them 4 fouls in the second half. In the
fourth quarter. In a 5-minute span, he picked up 4.
How did that happen?
So
but that's how we play basketball. So
we'll be waiting for Coach Roby for his post-game interview. That could be any moment here, but we'll take a quick break. You're listening to O'Gorman Knights basketball on Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is available on Alexa-enabled devices, including Amazon Echo, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To enable the skill, just say, Alexa, enable Real Presence Radio. To listen, say something like, Alexa, open Real Presence Radio. It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, play Sioux Falls, or play AM 970, or play WWEN. From there, you can use commands like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere on Alexa-enabled devices.
Hi, this is Mark Holcraft.
And this is Dr. Joseph Holcraft. You know, Mark, Jesus asks 307 questions in sacred scripture. He is asked 183, of which he only answers 3. What's the business with all of this questioning going on in the Bible?
Well, Joe, there's a lot there, and we'll be ready to take that on. Tune in to hear about these questions and more on Awaken, every second and fourth Wednesday at 7 a.m. Central, here on Real Presence Radio Network.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School as the Knights were victorious over the Lincoln Patriots here in overtime, 68-60, in what was just a fun environment here at O'Gorman High School. Now we have head coach Derek Roby walking up the stairs into the booth here, so we'll be joined by him for our post-game interview with head coach Derek Roby. Well, Coach, yeah, you're ready to go. Well, Coach,
before you ask me a question, okay, I want to give a shout out to my nephew Jake Wheeler. He plays for our sophomores. It's his birthday today. Okay,
well, happy birthday
Jake
to
is
Jake.
doing a great job. I know he doesn't get a lot of minutes on that sophomore team, but he's in it for the right reason. He just loves being with all his buddies, and so wishing him a happy birthday to Jake Wheeler.
I remember when Jake used to be the ball boy for us for many years.
Yep.
You trained him well.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Coach, it was a really fun environment here tonight. You know, with the Keeter time starting a little bit early, fans weren't able to get in right away, but we're treated to an overtime period today. Talk about how your guys responded from what was kind of a shaky first half offensively.
You know, we talked to our guys at halftime, and we said, you know, we're not playing great by any means, and we think Lincoln is. You know, we are down, 7?
Yep, 7
we're down
heading
7.
into the break. Yep.
I apologize for my voice, okay? I'm not emotional. I just can't talk, okay? But with that being said, I knew we were down 7 at halftime, and I told our guys, you know the drill here. I said, hey, let's only be down by 3 at the end of the quarter. And, of course, we were up by 2, I think it was, okay? So with that being said, we were ahead of schedule. And then the guys were fueled by, Gavin, putting on a dunk vest, that's pretty cool. We had to kind of hold them back so they didn't get a technical. They were fueled by that. We were able to hang on down the stretch. And with that being said, good win for those guys.
Absolutely. You know, after last weekend, where it was kind of not necessarily an unsuccessful road trip going 2-0, but, kind of a road trip where you talked about, there wasn't a whole lot of improvement going on down on the court there. But it was a much more exciting game today. I thought you guys played with a lot of good energy, and you showed a lot of strides compared to where we were this weekend.
I think so. We still have to make strides offensively. We're point guard by committee, and going against this type of intensity, it's hard. You got guys like Rush trying to hold down the fort.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's just getting beat and hung on, and, he's trying to maintain his composure, and he really did a good job. But we're point guard by committee. Your brother the same way. Emmanuel, they're hanging on him. And you're trying to keep their confidence because we know they're not the real point guard. But we just have to make do. But really happy with the way we played tonight. And you're right, a little bit more intense from over the weekend.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Coach. Congrats on the win, and good luck the rest of the way this season on picking up a nice win tonight as well.
Okay, thank you much, guys.
Head coach Derek Roby of the O'Gorman Knights. As we get ready to take a break, we'll be back on Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is available on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay, Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, "Play Sioux Falls," or "Play AM 970," or "Play WWEN." From there, you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere on Google Assistant devices.
Early in his time as the new bishop of the Diocese of Sioux Falls, Bishop Donald DeGrood sensed in prayer the vision that the Lord has for the diocese in our time: lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. That is, for each and every Catholic in eastern South Dakota to receive God's love, to be in personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and to share that love with others. Find out more at sfcatholic.org/vision and discover the exciting and beautiful part you have to play in God's plan.
Who's your player?
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School as we have our Pizza Ranch player of the game tonight, and we're going to give this player of the game to Gavin Muirhead.
No doubt.
Who had a fantastic evening of basketball where he was, just incredibly effective on the boards, but more importantly, providing that much-needed enthusiasm as he had two massive slams like Coach Roby had mentioned, putting on a dunk fest. It really rejuvenated the crowd and got the environment to where it was at tonight, and Gavin played exceptionally well. He played with a lot of swagger and a lot of confidence. So tonight's Pizza Ranch player of the game is Gavin Muirhead.
And the Pizza Ranch player of the game was brought to you by Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street here in Sioux Falls. Pizza Ranch has a daily buffet and a fun zone for the kids to play in. Pizza Ranch can be reached by calling 271-8646. Now, final thoughts, Brett.
Well, it was an amazing game, guys. I mean, Isaac has played in a lot of these city games before. I'm just jealous coming from a small town, not ever playing in an atmosphere like that. It had to be a lot of fun for the boys and a lot of grit. And in overtime, it's always interesting when you're the team that has the lead and then you give it up going in overtime, how are you going to react? And then we missed a few free throws at the end there, and we reacted. Matt Ing hit two huge three-pointers there, and great win, and now we'll have a couple of days of rest, so we'll get ready for another fun one in Sioux Falls, Washington, Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought that tonight was, one of my favorite games to call so far this year. It was just back and forth, and, Lincoln's going to give you their best shot every single night, and I think that they came in with a tremendous game plan. They really brought the tempo. They really rushed the Knights offensively in the backcourt. And O'Gorman responded by throwing different things at them in the second half, and they really came alive with some energy and enthusiasm. And were able to come out victorious in overtime, in which was a really hard-fought, scrappy game towards the end of it. But, yeah, that was a really fun game to call, a really fun game to watch, and I think that's going to be a huge confidence boost for O'Gorman heading into this Washington game.
I thought it was maybe time to get the rosaries out, but I didn't say it. I didn't say it yet. So our next broadcast will be Thursday night. We'll be down at Sioux City East for the girls at 7 o'clock. We'll be on the air about 6:40, 6:35 for the pregame show, and it'll be on the radio only. We'll be at courtside, so we'll not have a YouTube page. We apologize for that, but they do not allow cameras down there. And then we'll be back here Friday night. Set your clocks a little bit early because they have a doubleheader against Sioux Falls, Washington. So you have the number 1 girls, O'Gorman Lady Knights, versus the number 2 Washington Warrior girls, and that game's at 6 o'clock here. We'll go on the air about 5:30, 5:25, depends on what Keeter time we'll be going. The boys will be after that. We'll have the broadcast and the video stream for that game as well. So for Brett Byler, for Isaac Struck, I'm Dan Johnson. We thank you for listening and watching with us tonight on Real Presence Radio, and we'll talk to you Thursday night from Sioux City East. The Lady Knights take on Sioux City East. God bless.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights Basketball has been brought to you in part by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Barnett Vision Clinic, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, Sioux Equipment Company, Closets and More and JMJ Caseworks, the BB Agency, Knights of Columbus Insurance, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, and Barnett Lewis Funeral Home.
the preceding O'Gorman Knights activity has been a special presentation of the Real Presence Radio Network.